Hello and welcome back to Mario Kart 7. In this part, we're going to be making our way into the Flower Cup. And I'm going to be using Bowser again with a similar setup. Although, as you can tell by this, which changed, totally not from a failed take, I'm going to be using the Peach Parasol. Because as you can tell from this little demonstration on the screen right now, it fits his character perfectly, or not, but we got some interesting courses in this one, so let's get into it. So, Woohoo Island Loop. This is the Wii Fit representative, and I seem to recall this being about the time when Nintendo were dipping their toes into bringing other Nintendo franchises into Mario Kart. Because Mario Kart Wii was just like Mario characters. This is just Mario characters playable, but then you get Wii Fit tracks like this, which changes it up a little bit. And I suppose the benefit here is that this island doesn't look out of place as a Mario Kart track. Like, this could be a Mario level. I suppose maybe it's a bit of a stretch, but I could see something like this showing up in, like, say, Sunshine or something like that. But yeah, I'm kind of okay with it. I do sort of... You know, I think I would prefer if Mario Kart stayed as a Mario franchise. Though, saying that, like, it wasn't that big of a deal when you started getting extra characters in 8, because it didn't dominate it at all. It wasn't like they were making it a full-on All-Stars thing. It wasn't completely losing the identity of Mario Kart. But, you know, maybe I'm just being a bit of a purist here. I don't know. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But yes, Woohoo Island Loop. I think this is another one that had its name changed. I think it might have just been like Woohoo Island or something along those lines in the US version. But I seem to recall, and I might be talking out my arse here, but I seem to recall before this island was officially named as Woohoo Island, there was a period of time when Nintendo were referring to it as Wii Fit Island. And if that's the case, I can definitely see why they changed the name. But still, I don't know why that's just sticking in my head now, because that's such a dumb fucking name that they could have called it. But yeah, this obviously is named after, well, it potentially was named after Wii Fit, but I seem to recall this also showed up in Wii Sports Resort, and god, I am doing awful here. Wii Sports Resort, I never played much of that one. I played a fair bit of Wii Sports when that was first out. Like, that was the game that came packaged with the Wii. And honestly, Wii Sports was a fantastic example of games that you could do with motion controls. That was like a genius move from Nintendo, if I've got to say, just packaging that in, because that just demonstrates the kind of technology that the Wii was with the Wiimote, and it just lended itself so well to that. And I feel like that introduce more people to motion controls favourably than if they just tried to pack in a standard game with it. But you know, that's Woohoo Island Loop out the way. Let's see what is next. And it's good old Mario Circuit next. But yeah, like I was saying, I think Wii Sports is the kind of thing that if you look at the Wiimote and the technology that it has, at least relative to other stuff in the time, like, it is the obvious pick to have like a sports game. And so there's stuff like boxing and golf and badminton and, well, it was either badminton or cricket, I can't remember. I think cricket is basically just posh man's rounders, but either way, I don't know. But like, they're these sort of obvious sports there, and tennis obviously and whatnot. So, you know, that works well. And then bowling, maybe not an obvious one, but I seem to recall that was one of the sports games that my family spent the most time playing. I don't know, just got a bit of a soft spot for bowling. It's a sport where you sort of stand still a lot of the time, so, you know, it works pretty well for me. Like, maybe it's not quite as, you know, physically restrained sport as like darts. I'm trying to be nice here. Like, I am in no position to judge any kind of physical activity for being too little, given what I do involves sitting on my arse playing video games. every day. You know, I'm not one to be saying this isn't a real sport because they're not exercising or some shit like that. Even darts players who walk up to the position they throw from that probably has a name that I'm completely ignoring and just throw something. That's more exercise than I'm getting sat on my ass watching cartoon characters drive around a track right now. But you know. Can I catch the wind here? Yes, I can. I probably shouldn't have used that Tanuki thing there. The other guys aren't anywhere near close enough for me to get use from it, but hey, that's a reason why I'm not too big on the Tanuki, so it's very situational. It's not like shells where you can, you know, get a decent chance at hitting someone even if you're a distance from them. Like, I think the shells are like the most balanced ones. Like, I'm saying the green shell and maybe the red shell, not the fucking blue shell. The blue shell is the opposite of balance. It's like, you know what, this guy's got to the front, he's been playing well. No, fuck it. I realise not the most original take I'm bringing to the table here, but you know. It's true whether you want it to be or not. The blue shell is a killer of balance. Okay, let's spam this fucking thing and see if I can reclaim my first place. I might end up with second here. Come on, yes! Poor fucking Cooper right there, just the last minute I pushed past him. And I'm up to second. Let's see if I can reclaim that at all. Good old Melody Motorway. I feel like this track's not as impressive here as it is in 8, because in Mario Kart 8 they gave it a kind of visual overhaul and there were a lot more like fancy looking visual details to the track, whereas obviously this is on the 3DS, so there have to be some sacrifices. Although it does still capture the essence of the track really well. You know, you got the giant piano, you got what you might not notice is the borders around the track here is sheet music. Right at the start you see the treble clef and you know it's a blank song. It's like this is the sheet music for fucking 433 or something like that. And I think somewhere else where 8 really fancied this track up is the music itself, or like more so the sound effects, because this does like use sound effects in a way to represent the music, but it's not really the most attractive sounding music, I want to say. Like the piano sounds, I seem to recall not being that nice. Let's have a listen. Yeah, that's not the most impressive piano sounds. I seem to recall they made that a little bit nicer sounding in the Wii U game. What about the xylophone? The xylophone's okay here. So is that actually. So it's just the piano I've got to stick up my arse about. That is so satisfying, managing to time the jump when that thing lands. Right, let's see if I can hold on to this first place, because I kind of want to get up to first. I'm sitting at second on the overall leaderboard right now, and I don't want to settle for that. God, that is sad, driving the fucking lightning thing over the piano and getting hit. And then piranha plants can be a little bit annoying if you get too close to them. They're, like, sometimes you might think you can get away with boosting through the little section that it looks like he's going to get you in, and like you think you might get away with it, but he just reaches that little bit further, or maybe he's a little bit quicker to like jolt across than you might think. Okay, I got safe for that blue shell there. I think that got the Cooper right at the last second as I overtook and made it to the front. But yeah, that should bring me back up to first, I think. Yeah, I'm back in first. Nice one. So let's go on to the next track. Alpine Pass. This is very much a track to show off the flight mechanic, at least securing a certain part of it, and it does actually do a really good job of being a visual spectacle while it's doing that, which I can appreciate. Maybe it's a bit of a shallow thing, but you know, when you can look down and see all the bits of track that you're flying over, it does make it feel like really cool. This is yet another track that has its name changed. I think it was Rock Mountain in the US one, which is a little bit of a shit name, I'm not gonna lie. Like this one, I think we got the better name. Although we got the better name with Melody Motorway as well, because Music Park is kind of a lame name. Like, it's a park with Music Park. Okay, job done, I want my lunch break now. Whereas Melody Motorway at least sounds a little bit more inspired, if nothing else. This section here can be a bit of a bitch, and that's just because of the camera. And there's 2 points in this game off the top of my head so that are where the camera can be a bit irritating. There's this and in the Rosalina Snow level, and I'll point that out when I get there. But yeah, sometimes it's hard to see those rocks as they're coming down, which can be a bit of a nuisance. I suppose like it probably is just a factor of the 3DS screen resolution being small, and you get a bit of screen crunch. And don't think I don't see those generic lollipop mountain things in the background from the new Super Mario Bros. Series. The Wii U one of them is actually getting a pull to the Switch soon. I don't know when it comes out, but I might actually give that another shot. I remember playing New Super Mario Bros. U a little bit, but just sort of dropped it, and I can't remember why. So I might pick it up and give it another shot, because I do actually like the New Super Mario Bros. Games. They're not the most memorable games of all time, and they're definitely not the sort of games that you would just like marathon through them. Like, that would go from a little bit of dumb platforming fun to a bit of a chore pretty quick, because they are all a little bit samey and a little bit playing it safe and whatnot. But like, if you're just playing through it, and I do remember spending a fair bit of time playing the DS one back when that first came out, and that was one of the games that I would just keep in my DS when I was going out and about places, and I was with my parents, and I was the antisocial child who wouldn't talk to people, and I'd just sit there playing video games while ignoring everyone. Nothing's changed. But yeah, that's one of the games that I remember playing a fair bit of around that time. Along with like Pokemon Diamond and a few other things, maybe Sonic Rush. There's quite a few good games on the DS now, come to think of it. Yes, I managed to get my first overall, so we get another little victory loop here. God, Cooper looks so happy to be second. I suppose it makes a change from having some plumber jump on your head, but whatever. You take what you can get. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Join me next time where I'll be playing some more Mario Kart 7. See you then.